Hey y'all, so today I want to talk about the difference in beliefs and ideas. There's a great movie called Dogma. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll try and put a link down here to the scene I'm talking about. But there's a scene in the movie where this angel, played by Chris Rock, is talking to this woman and basically says mankind got it all wrong by taking a good idea and building a belief structure out of it. And then she says, so you're telling me that having beliefs is a bad thing? And he said, I just think it's better to have an idea. You can change an idea. Changing a belief is trickier. People get real busy killing and dying protecting beliefs. I've been trying to examine the stories I tell, the beliefs I'm holding in my head. Because oftentimes, I don't even know they're there, and they're really, really limiting what's possible. My perception of reality is filtered through a lot of these beliefs, and I dull my life by the way I imagine it. I sell myself short. Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And I want to look at the stuff where I think I can't and ask myself why. What's the story I'm telling about why something's not possible for me? Is it based in reality? 100%. Because even if only 10% of my ideas are wrong, they will completely undermine the 90% that are right and totally limit what's possible. When I was getting sober, I landed in 12-step meetings and they're all talking about God is the answer, but I don't believe in God. And I thought, great, this is never going to work for me. And then I met a guy who was an atheist. He said, you don't got to believe anything. You just got to take some action and gain some experience and you'll be fine. And so that's what I did. I put aside all the arguments I had about what people were telling me, and I just started taking the actions that the 12-step program laid out, and I gained experience with the world. And that's sort of the model for me now. I take an action and I gain an experience, usually with myself and with the world, and oftentimes with this power that I'm connecting to that makes me feel calm and peace and able to do things. And then I take another action and I gain another experience. And I take another action and I gain another experience. And eventually, the cumulative effect of all those new experiences reaches a tipping point. And I take one more action, and I gain one more experience. And suddenly the world shifts just about this much. And I go, oh. And then nothing's ever the same. I gotta have new experiences. I gotta have beliefs that can be modified. I got to have ideas that are malleable and always open to new ideas. My beliefs were getting in the way of my gaining experience. And when I put my beliefs aside, most of which are only marginally examined and not really based on much once I pull them out into the daylight and start looking at them, I put them aside and I go take some action because I don't want my beliefs to keep me stuck. I don't want my beliefs to be used as an excuse for inaction. It's not okay. I want a big, cool life. In order to do that, I'm going to have to do some stuff that's outside of my comfort zone by definition. My life is this little thing and I'm comfortable moving around in it, but I want to do something bigger, which means I got to go move outside of that comfort zone. It's going to be uncomfortable. I might even not believe it's doable, but I go take the action anyway. The worst thing that can happen is nothing and nothing. I already got nothing, so I got nothing to lose. So I take some actions. I question my assumptions. I examine my experience from taking those actions, and I take more actions. And I refine my ideas, and I get better ideas. And I find people who are already doing the thing that I would like to do but have told myself is not possible for me, and I ask them how they did that. And I try to come to believe that maybe if I do what they're doing, I can get to where they are. And I keep acting, and I keep taking action, and I keep growing. Because like I said, I want a big, cool life. I want things to always be a little bit exciting. If they're a little bit exciting, they're also a little bit scary. But I don't want to hide out. Now's a rough time. We keep having these ideas that instantly turn to beliefs that we begin to defend and we get afraid, and then we find people who believe like us and circle them around us, and it just reinforces the fear underneath it, and it's making me crazy. I don't have a lot of ideas about what the future holds. I'm trying not to. That way I won't get pissed off when it turns out to be different than I was expecting. I'm just going out and taking an action and gaining a new experience. And one of the experiences I'm gaining is that I can be okay right here, right now, no matter what's happening out there. No matter how many people are freaking out, no matter who's in what office, no matter what's going on, I can be okay right here, right now. That's an important thing to know. But it took a lot of action and a lot of experience to get there. I encourage you, examine your beliefs. You know, I would love to say I became teachable at some point, but the simple truth is I didn't become teachable. I was just suddenly able to tack on, but I could be wrong to about half of everything I was thinking. You know, this is all a bunch of crap, but I could be wrong. It's totally never going to happen, but I could be wrong. And that tiny little gap of but I could be wrong was just enough to make me try a little bit more. I encourage you to do it. Don't live in the gray. Don't settle for less. Keep trying. Keep growing. It's hard, especially right now. But what are the alternatives? Sitting around accepting a crappy little life? I ain't about that. And I suspect you aren't either. Hopefully I'll see you out there. Till next time, you guys hang in there.